Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to work into the back loop and the third loop. In this little sample here, I've got half double crochets at one side, and up the other side I've got half double crochets, but I have already worked in their back loop and their third loop. And while doing so, you get this really attractive little line across the front. So I need to show you something and use my needle to point it out. We have our half double crochets here. You have a front loop, which we sometimes work into as well. All right, so you can see the front loop here is at the front of the stitch. Then we have the back loop, and of course the back loop is at the back of the stitch. If you turn your work over and your front face of the stitch is facing away, what you have here as well in the back is something that's called a third loop. I'll show you a little bit closer if I can. You will see the third loop running horizontally across the back of your stitch. So when we work into the back loop, you can do so on its own, but it becomes quite loose and a bit unsightly at times. So what we do to rectify that is work into the back loop as well as the third loop. And there we have stability with 2 stitches. Now I'm going to show you from this direction. We've got the front of our stitch, front loop here, back loop there. And to find your third loop, you roll that stitch forward and you will see this row again of horizontal stitches working across the back of each stitch. So I'm holding on to the third loop there. When you've got it like this, you could mistake it for the back loop only and think that this is the front loop, but not so. Bring your work forward and you will see the front loop, the back loop. Bring your work forward again and you'll see that third loop. So we use the back loop and the third loop for a really lovely looking effect. Now I'm going to show you how to crochet into the back loop and the third loop. So doing half double crochets first, I pop my hook in, so I'm going to tuck it under that back loop, but instead of just going under the back loop like that, and you'll see that unsightly loose stitch, we are going to go under the back loop, and we're going to also pick up that third loop, which I've already done there quite naturally. And then you can see that the stitch doesn't pull loose. So doing our half double crochet into the back loop and slip your hook down a bit further and it will take up that third loop. All you have to do is face your hook a little towards the left and it will go under the back loop and the third loop. Let me turn this over. The third loop is here and you can see that these stitches don't let you see the third loop any longer because they've been taken up. So we go back loop and push down a little bit further, yarn over, pull up, and you're pulling through the back loop and the third loop. And you'll know that you are because that back loop isn't pulling out and leaving a gaping hole. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get used to it, it's just like riding a bike. It just comes naturally. I always pop my hook in and push it a little to the left. In and a little to the left seems to pick up that third loop just nicely. Just before we move on, I want to show you this back loop with my needle so it's really easy to see. We're looking at the back of our half double crochets. Turning it over, we've got our front loop there, our back loop there, and our third loop at the back is there. So you've got 3 loops that you can work into. And when we do the back loop, we're going to pick up that third loop at the same time. Our sample is now single crochets, and I want to show you again nice and closely. With the single crochet facing me, that's our front loop, that's our back loop. Pull it forward and you'll see some little horizontal loops at the back of the single crochet. Turning it around, we've still got that front loop, which is facing away from me now, back loop, which is facing me, and third loop, which is running horizontally across the back of the single crochets. So when we do a back loop single crochet and pick up the third loop as well, we pop our hook in under the back loop and then tilt it down towards the left. You'll see a little bit of resistance because it's a bit tighter to get into this time to get that third loop. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do a few more before we have a look at the back. Okay, hook in under the back loop and then under the third loop. Hook in, pushing through, pull up a loop. Okay, you can see how it takes that little bit more effort to do this one, as the point of your hook finds that third stitch. Now let's have a look from behind. Here you can see that the single crochet has worked over top of the third loops from the single crochets below. And it's now got its own third loop running horizontally across the back. Hope this is helpful and it's given you some idea of how to crochet into that back loop and third loop, because it really is a game changer. If I am to do back loop only single crochets, let me show you what happens. You get this really widening stitch. Whereas down here, where I've done it through back loop and third loop, you don't get that at all. You get a really lovely effect. So we'll undo those and we will go through the back loop and down through the center to pick up that third loop as well. Back loop and third loop. Back loop and third loop. I really hope that this tutorial has given you a better idea of what working into the back loop and the back third loop is all about. I am going to be using this in my next project, which is why I wanted to pop this tutorial up for you now. And that way you can at least know what I'm talking about and refer back to this video when you need to. Rightio everyone, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.